Now, this is a topic I've been wanting to talk about for a while. Heaven and hell. Is it a state of mind or is it a real place that we go to after death? And that's a very good question. And I'm going to give you guys my take on it. I'm not claiming to be the spiritual person, but I can definitely say I'm up there in terms of consciousness. I'll definitely say that. I definitely don't even feel human nowadays. I feel like respectfully and humbly speaking, I feel like I've evolved my consciousness state. And I believe I'm valid to talk on this topic, so let's talk about it. Indeed, heaven and hell is a real place you go to after death, and I believe this is true because of the many instances of people having near-death experiences, and all of their stories seem to be along the same line, of hell being a place of torture, a dark place, an unimaginable, dark and torturous place that they'd never want to go to again, and heaven being a state of bliss, a place of happiness, joy, peace, prosperity, happiness, and love. And I'm here to say that the concept of heaven and hell being a state of mind is definitely real. You know, I believe you can access heaven on earth in terms of consciousness. In the Bible, it does say that the kingdom of God is within. And what does this mean? Well, where does God dwell? God dwells inside of us, His Spirit dwells inside of us, but the source dwells in a realm outside of this universe called heaven, right? Now, when it comes to hell, we associate this with demons, dark energy, and the devil. Where does the devil dwell? In a realm outside of this universe, in a dark, torturous place, right? So let's bring this back to consciousness. What you have to understand is, sure, we can't control everything that happens in our lives, but the one thing we can control is the little decisions we make every day. These little decisions that we make every day determine our conscious state, right? What would I describe as the hell state of mind? I'm going to put up a vibrational chart right here so you can have a look at it. Everything down here, right? Everything down here is associated with the hell vibration. Here you have shame, guilt, apathy, low levels of emotions, and anyone that's actually been in that state of mind knows that it's not an enjoyable place to be in. You feel very disconnected from your purpose, disconnected from yourself, and you don't really feel like yourself at all. It's a very dark and mental place to be in, and this is the vibration of where people operate, that commit suicide, that end their lives, that are constantly run into drugs, run into things that are run into vices, right? And when you're constantly in that state of being, people could definitely say that that's a form of hell. That's a form of hell on earth, because internally you're not at peace. Now, when you look up here in terms of higher vibrations, that's where authenticity lies, that's where peace lies, that's where happiness, peace, bliss, that state can be referred to as the heaven consciousness, bliss, happiness. And bear in mind, none of these things are connected to the outside world in terms of your wealth, your money, your house. These things are all internal feelings and emotions and states of being. So I definitely do feel like the heaven and hell concept in terms of conscious states is definitely a real thing. And you can definitely choose what state you operate in, because we have free will. And this video is about to get deep, so if you're still watching, like the video. How can we control whether we operate from the heaven vibration or the hell vibration? I'm going to explain this. What you have to understand is we have a primal brain, right? The brain that cares about sex, money, and status. That's the primal brain. And we have the divine state, the divine brain, which is your true self. And that version of yourself cares about happiness, peace, love, prosperity, and abundance. That's all in the heaven vibration. You see, so there's two states of being you can operate from, and the goal of getting to the heaven vibration is to stay out of your primal nature, right? Again, we have free will to do whatever we want. What are the things that keep us in a low vibration, aka the hell vibration? Number one, too much drugs. Well, just drugs in general. I feel like drugs in general open you up to darker forces that internally pull you down to that lower vibration. So if you want to reach a higher vibration, you must let go of things that are no good for you, man. Even allowing things like sex and allowing things like lust to control you, that stuff can bring you down to the primal nature, you know? And again, there is no bad or right thing. We need both of these sides of ourselves to survive. But I'm saying that when you indulge too much in that primal nature, it brings you down to the hell vibration. Notice how hell is depicted as below and heaven is depicted as above, right? When you're thinking from your divine nature, it's up here. When you're thinking from your primal nature, it's down here. There's a heaven and hell vibration that you can operate from. So how does one access this heaven consciousness state? Number one, it takes for you to connect with your true self, with your higher self. Every time you give in to your lower self, your lower desires, you're going back down to the hell vibration. And the hell vibration, although it may feel good in the moment, you're always left with pain, you're always left with regret. And these things in return bring you down to a vibration of hell, a vibration of unworthiness, low self-esteem, low confidence, and apathy. I believe you can control the state you operate in by connecting with your higher self. You connect with your higher self by first acknowledging the Creator. And I've said this in my older videos before. This camera I'm using, right? The only person that knows the ins and outs of the camera is the company that made the camera. They know how the camera works, they know about the internal things of the camera that I will never know about. And that's the same thing with your Creator. He knows the ins and outs of you. And what you have to understand is God lives in every one of us. And you must connect with that essence in order to operate from the heaven vibration. See, to operate in this heaven vibration is not just something you switch on and off. It's sacrifice. It's things you have to say no to. It's literally an everyday, would I say battle? I wouldn't say battle, but everyday decision that you have to make. You know, situations, temptations are going to present themselves, and no one but you has the ability to be able to say no or yes. It's all down to you. You've got free will to do whatever the hell you want to do. But you see, once you reach a certain level of consciousness, you no longer get away with doing certain things. You no longer get away with operating from the hell vibration, operating from your lower self without there being any sort of consequences for your actions. And when you reach this level of consciousness, although sometimes you might slip back every once in a while, you don't want to go back. You genuinely make a conscious decision that, okay, I've noticed that whenever I indulge in this, I feel this way. Whenever I do this, I feel this way. Okay, cool. I want to feel this way more often, so let me stop doing this. It's literally little decisions that literally determine what consciousness we operate from on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, to really operate from that heaven vibration of happiness, peace, abundance, first of all, you need to work on the internal version of yourself. Sure, get a haircut, sure, get your hair done, sure, look nice, look pretty, look beautiful, look handsome. That's cool. But here's the thing, like, there's a lot of people that look good on the outside, right? But internally, they're a mess. Internally, they're operating from the hell vibration and they're just trying to cover it up to make it look like they're at peace, but they're really not. So you need to build love within yourself. You need to love yourself. What are you doing every day right now that's against your morals, against what you stand for? Because believe it or not, you can try to fool everyone around you in the outside world, but you can't fool yourself. The best relationship you can have is the one that you have with yourself, the one you have with your God essence within you, with your Creator living inside of you. That's the best relationship, that's the most beautiful relationship you can have. And when you have a great relationship with yourself, when you love yourself, when you take care of yourself, when you don't let people disrespect you, when you stand up for yourself, when you need to stand up for yourself, when you're not a people pleaser, when you're genuinely a kind person, when you genuinely purify yourself from the inside out, and you genuinely make decisions every day to not allow yourself to be dragged down to the hell vibration of guilt, shame, apathy, you'll notice that internally you're at peace. Internally nothing phases you. People can't phase you, women can't phase you, guys can't phase you, no one can phase you, because internally you're rock solid. And this is why I don't talk about these people that claim to be alpha men, sigma men, all that cringe BS, because these things are all labels, man. You've really just got to be authentically yourself, man. I don't even know how to put this, but authenticity lies in the realm of the heaven vibration. Being the person that God has ordained you to be is the heaven vibration. And why is this the heaven vibration? Because the kingdom of God is within. The kingdom of God is within, and God created you, which means if you're aligned with Him and He's in heaven, in a realm outside of this place, automatically you're going to feel heaven within. Now let's flip the coin and talk about the hell vibration. What things keep us in the hell vibration? Survival, sex, and status. And this is what everybody seems to be chasing nowadays, right? But here's the thing. You can make money, you can get your status up, you can chase sex, pleasure, all of those things, but you will never be at peace. I'm telling you, if you're operating from your primal state, you will never ever be at peace. There's always going to be a part of you missing. There's always going to be something missing. Have you noticed those men they look physically masculine, right? They got a beard, in shape, possibly handsome, deep voice, but they don't have no substance behind them. It's because they're not connected to their true self, they're not connected to their true essence. The hell vibration is a very dark place to be in, man. And in life there's duality, you know, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the only thing you can control is your state of being. The hell vibration is not really a nice place to be in, man, because oftentimes when it grabs a hold of you, it can really keep you there for a while. And this is why I feel like your spiritual health, your mental state is the most important thing you can take care of, because when your mental state's right, you can make more money, you can improve your status, you know, you can allow people to gravitate towards you without you destroying yourself, you know, without you allowing people to disrespect you, with you keeping a level of self-love within yourself, man. At the end of the day, you are all that you have. Do I sometimes slip back into the hell vibration? Of course. Why? Because again, we're primal beings. You know, we enjoy that stuff. But as you become more conscious, you realize that sometimes the things that are most enjoyable are not necessarily good for us. That's all I have for today. Peace.
Yeah.